Hello, welcome back.
Hello
Today we have a different type of video. Today we're going to be reading Reddit's worst takes on movies.
You're like Charles Xavier when he has the big head. No, you look like Sheen when he has the big head.
Okay.
After perusing the web, pulled out some takes from Reddit. Let's start with the first one. Wait. You're probably thinking, where are the hot takes? Where are they? I just had to say, if you've made it 16 seconds into the video, thank you. And please, like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps us, and we're working on putting out the best content we can. Now, time for the bad takes. For real this time.
Sin City was a maybe.
Ratatouille is the best Pixar movie.
If we're being honest, best Pixar movie is really fucking hard because like
I think in general, for me at least, it's always been hard to choose the best movie or my favorite movie of all time.
if I'm being honest, Toy Story 2 is the best Pixar movie.
That's pretty good. Yeah, I think I agree. That's one of the rare instances where a sequel is better than the actual original movie. That, Shrek 2, Spider-Man 2, Little Nicky 2, Back from Hell.
Used that joke before.
No.
Attack of the Clones.
I do like The Incredibles. The Incredibles, there's just something
Finding Nemo's pretty good.
incredible. Finding Nemo is good.
I've never seen Brave. Monsters Inc. is really good.
I've never seen Brave either. Monsters Inc. is good.
Wally's really good.
Oh, dude, Lightyear.
Damn!
A Bug's Life, I think
I do like Bugs Life. It's really
not
good.
a lot of people cherish it. It's not bad. It's definitely something. I think I agree with Toy Story or The Incredibles for me. That's not a crazy. I think that's a more. I respect that take. It's a really good movie. It's a beautiful movie about believing in yourself.
Is that what it's about?
Pursuing your own ambitions and just believing in yourself. Anyone can cook, like Gusto says.
Sin City was a maybe.
Reddit user 1_pipe3746 says Interstellar is very boring and eventually doesn't lead to much. It's beautiful with a good score, but such a drag.
I don't necessarily agree with it. I haven't seen that movie since a couple years. For me, honestly.
Yeah, it's been a couple of years, but I'll tell you what. Reddit user 1pipe, no, I don't agree. You should have a pipe thrown at your head. I think Interstellar is a good movie. Like, I think personally it's probably my favorite Christopher Nolan movie. It hits on all the emotional beats.
Definitely does, yeah. I mean, that scene where he's looking at the videotapes from his family on Earth. Very heartfelt scene. Very heartfelt scene.
Yeah.
The overall like cinematography on there. Well, it's Christopher Nolan. We know he's gonna knock it out of the park. Especially the scene where the capsule is revolving and he needs to angle it just
so
right.
Good.
That's a good scene.
It's quiet in that scene too, right? Or
yeah, what's in space? No one can hear you scream.
the take of it being boring, sure. I guess I can see that, right? Where it's like, okay, not much happens, but I don't know. If that guy thinks Interstellar is boring, is like Oppenheimer boring to him? Like,
I think it's subjective. I mean, especially now in the age of TikTok and people's attention spans are the size of a pebble. You know, I can see how people would say, this is boring. Where's the Subway Surfers? It's a crazy take, just seeing as that movie is very much revered.
Sin City was a maybe.
Okay, 254.29 a year ago. The Incredibles is bottom tier Pixar. I can't get into the style and nothing in it wowed me. The same with The Iron Giant, the art style turns me off. Also the same with Disney's Hercules. That movie I found downright ugly. I can't watch it all. I understand it to a degree. For example, for me, I don't like Steven Universe for his animation. I don't like that animation. I don't like the goofiness, just weirdly rounded characters, especially the smile. It just feels very generic. So I understand it for that aspect, but I think he chose two very weird movies in terms of story-wise. The Iron Giant's a really good movie, and Disney's Hercules, really good. It's also safe to say that we see why he got -3 karma.
This downvotes. He got three
downvotes. 3 downvotes.
I can see why someone wouldn't like the animation of these movies because it's like, okay, they're older movies. He's saying he can't get into Incredibles because he can't get into the style, nothing in it wowed him. Okay, cool.
Which is, I mean, a movie from the early 2000s.
About like a superhero family. I think
it's a superhero family. There is some good thematics and how they like weave everything together. You were once a superhero, now society has outcasted you because you tried to do the right thing, and now both you and your family are trying to fit in this world that doesn't know or want you to really exist.
That's good. That's good. Iron Giant has a lot of emotional parts, so I think Iron Giant is really good. Art style, I don't know if he's meaning like it just looks outdated to him. If it looks outdated,
it could be, but it's also a project of its time. I mean, I don't know when that movie came out, but it's definitely old. Back when people really cared about animation.
Is the animation that ugly that you can't sit there and get through an hour and 30-minute movie? I don't think so. I think he's exaggerating. He may just like not the movies. We're giving this bad take.
Negative boom.
Sin Sin City was a maybe.
Reddit user Garps K. Spider-Man 2 is a much better superhero film than The Dark Knight. I'd argue even The Batman was better than The Dark Knight, honestly. At least as a Batman movie.
I think we've had this conversation like a couple years back of which one's better, Spider-Man 2 or The Dark Knight. They're both good superhero movies, but I think what hits home for Spider-Man 2 is the emotional beats, the like how it's relatable, how you can watch it and damn, it still holds up. And like I feel as if I've gone through this plenty of times in my life. The Dark Knight overall, it's a good Batman movie, but I don't think it reaches the emotional beats that Spider-Man 2 reaches. You know, that it's really good as a Batman movie. Yeah, it's really good. It introduced the most iconic Batman supervillain, the Joker. Heath Ledger did an amazing performance. I liked Christian Bale's Batman. I like the raspy voice. It's good. It's a nice little spin to Christian Bale's Batman.
We really do like Spider-Man 2, right? But I'm gonna have to disagree with you. Spider-Man 2 has good emotional moments. I think The Dark Knight is not necessarily going for emotional moments. It's tackling a different topic. Dark Knight is a good Batman movie, but I think it may just be a better movie overall because it has better writing, it's shot better, and I think the acting is better. Dark Knight has Joker, Alfred, Harvey Dent. You have different people to back. I don't know. I think Dark Knight overall as a movie is better, but this does say better superhero movie.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So it's tough. This one's tough.
It's tough. I do like Spider-Man 2 as a superhero movie. I think how they handle Spider-Man is really good. The Dark Knight is very integral, I feel like, to the Batman character. Joker's trying to get him to break.
You know who pushes Spider-Man in Spider-Man 2? Life, buddy. Life pushes him.
Oh, wow. Boo-hoo. Get your homework done and be Spider-Man and get the girl you want. Stop complaining.
She's married, or she's gonna get married.
So?
To his boss's daughter. Oh, no, to his boss's son. Yeah, to his boss's son.
Oh, really?
What's the Cuck Knight doing?
His girlfriend dies, gets blown up.
Womp womp. No.
He saved Harvey Dent over his girlfriend. He had to make a choice.
Saved is a very loose word here.
I just argued how The Dark Knight might be better superhero movie. I think The Batman is a better movie than The Dark Knight.
Yeah, why? Why is The Batman better than The Dark Knight?
As a Batman movie, yes.
As a Batman
movie? As a Batman movie, I think so. I don't know if that contradicts what I just said, but I think the Batman, personally, I just like the Batman more.
Well, okay, let me ask you this. What comprises a Batman movie?
We have to look at it from a smaller scope. This is year, 2 of him being Batman?
Year 2. You might say it's year 2 for The Dark Knight too. Because in Batman Begins, that's almost his first year. Does
Dark Knight take place a year after?
That's shortly after. I mean, because think about it. The Batman Begins ends with, hey, there's a new criminal that's fucking up everything. He just has a card and it's the Joker. So they're already teasing him up and it cuts right after that.
Maybe it's because the Batman, it's handled differently and like he seems more like he hasn't been sharpened yet. He's not there yet. So Catwoman really helps him in understanding some of the things, and maybe I just like the movie better, but I think they're really good movies. I don't know. What do you think? Do you think The Batman is a better Batman movie than The Dark Knight?
The Batman, he does more things that traditionally Batman would do in terms of helping the cops, putting everything more detective work compared to in The Dark Knight where he has that sonar that Lucius Fox makes for him, which is just spy gear. The crazy car, the escaping out of the building. I guess that's Batman-esque, but I think in The Batman, he's more so, like you said, refining his craft, doing everything, doing the detective
He's on the
work.
ground, dirty shit.
Yeah, doing that. He's a little bit more aggressive, I would say, and that's pretty good. And then even towards the end of that, he learns that, hey, I need to become something more than just a symbol. I need to become hope.
Oh, yeah.
Instead of just vengeance.
I think overall, these are 3 great movies. You can argue this all day. I'm sure people
for sure.
dick ride Spider-Man 2 and people dick ride Dark Knight and people.
If you have any comments or any opinions, comment them down below.
Sin City was a maybe.
Scrivener_EXE says 4 months ago, and he's got traction on this because he's got a lot of aura.
Hey, yo.
Marvel MCU fatigue isn't real. You're just forcing yourself to see movies you don't want to see in the first place. Notice plenty of franchises in books, TV, etc. can go for just as long as the MCU without people being fatigued just because they like it.
I feel like this is very debatable. You can easily get fatigued from something, especially a franchise.
Yeah.
Now, forcing yourself to see movies you didn't want to in the first place doesn't make sense to me. Why would someone force themselves to see something they didn't want to see?
I can understand
people trying to give it a chance.
In the sense of, hey, I want to see every Marvel movie that come out. I need to see the Marvel movies. There's definitely MCU fans out there that are like that. I don't know if that necessarily goes into, hey, I'm being forced to. I need to go. You know, they're dragging me to go see that movie. But it's a weird parallel that he's trying to connect with the MCU versus books, I mean, I think books are a bit more, there are more of a commitment than actual movies.
Oh, yeah.
TV shows might be almost the same thing because those hopefully go on for seasons.
Walking Dead overstayed its welcome.
Very much
Fatigue.
so.
The reason I go see MCU movies, even though I feel like I'm tired of them, is like in my mind I'm thinking, yeah, they're restricted. Like Kevin Feige, whoever watches over these. My mind is give unique directors a chance to make their own movie, and then we can all come together for the Avengers movies. But give, like, if Edgar Wright did Ant-Man, it would have been cool. Like,
that could have been something.
Exactly. Give these directors that are actually good at their job, or even the directors you have now, some creative freedom to do what they want to do with the source material. That'll obviously lead to the overall what your vision is for the whole phase or whatever. And let's get something new out of this, refreshing ideas. Like Thunderbolts, yes, not the greatest MCU movie, but refreshing idea, new idea.
Something new.
It was something new.
Yeah.
So I think it's fine to introduce new things and not get upset over the fact that, like, just keep taking this MCU stuff and it's not fatigue. Like, look how good. Not every movie is gonna hit. They make so many movies, it's not gonna hit. So I truly do believe there is a MCU fatigue.
Yeah, and even I think Marvel is even aware of the fact. For example, in Deadpool and Wolverine, Deadpool literally stops and says, "Hey, we're all tired of the multiverse. You know, Wizard of Oz did it first. The gays got it right." I think it's real. I think it very much is real. Plus, you also have to look at it in the sense of we've been following these characters for 10 years.
Yep.
We reached the point of Infinity War. We reached the point of Endgame, the big conclusion. Now basically doing that cycle again and changing it, you know, that's the big thing. They played it almost safe for those 10 years, doing movies, setting it up, weaving these characters, and they did it good. Clearly it works. They're still making money. MCU is very huge, but I think people have woken up to the idea of, hey, let's maybe change it up and keep it interested and keep the viewers coming back.
Hopefully. It seems like they are trying to recapture that lightning in a bottle with this whole, okay, everyone loved how we built up to Infinity War and Endgame. Let's do it again. Let's get these movies out. We'll do a couple of phases, get up to Doomsday and Secret Wars. I think right now it's a slop. Like, it's a mess, and they're gonna try to rush all these B, C list characters that no one really knows or cares about into being the front runners of the Avengers to be starring in these movies. And that's why I believe you're gonna see a big name, maybe not in Doomsday, but in Secret Wars of like a Tobey Maguire or Hugh Jackman, leading those movies, because they need someone like that. They don't have that yet. They don't have a face of MCU yet. I don't know if y'all disagree, but that's how I see it.
Hey, you know how that shit goes.
Sin City wasn't made for you.
Demon Slender says 3 months ago, Marvel movies haven't been good since Endgame, and wokeness is the reason why. Not really a hot take, but the woke tards would disagree. Very crazy. A very crazy take, I'd say.
I hope we didn't come off as woke tards after
I hope not.
Now, we just argued how the MCU was a little fatigued, but
nowhere in that point was like, oh, because of wokeness.
Now, I'm gonna take a wild gamble here and guess he's talking about maybe the Marvels, She-Hulk, Wakanda Forever. What else? This guy is not happy.
He's not happy.
Come on, man. Let's be real here. This is a stupid take.
Yeah, hasn't been good since Endgame. There's been plenty of movies, or there's been movies that have been good. For instance, Deadpool and Wolverine. I like that. Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Shang-Chi. I like Shang-Chi. I like No Way Home. I'm struggling on Doctor Strange. I think it's a good movie. I just think it's a bad Doctor Strange sequel.
Fair.
I think that's my take on it. That movie definitely felt like, hey, multiverse. Hey, we got multiverse here. Get your multiverse, you know, and they just do it for a couple of scenes and then they have the big cameo fest. That's that.
Yeah, we can both agree this is not a good take. He's obviously upset about something. Maybe
like you said, maybe he didn't like the Marvels.
It had to be more than just the Marvels, but not a big fan. I'm
a big domino effect. Marvels, Wakanda Forever, and She-Hulk.
Sin City wasn't made for you.
Reddit user Apprehensive Quit 353 from a year ago said Doctor Strange 2 is the worst movie in Phase 4. We just spoke about Doctor Strange 2.
Yeah, so like I said, bad sequel.
Yeah, good movie. Good movie. I would say decent movie on its own. If you want to look at Phase 4, you got Black Widow, Shang-Chi, Eternals, No Way Home, Doctor Strange, Love and Thunder, and Wakanda Forever. If I'm looking at this list of Phase 4, I'm gonna be honest, I'm not a big fan of Black Widow or Love and Thunder. I mean, I was really expecting more for Love and Thunder. I had hopes. I had hopes for Love and Thunder, and it was not good.
No,
I would say
not good.
I can't agree with that take. I'm gonna be honest. Doctor Strange in the multiverse Multiverse of Madness. It's a fine movie. It's not the worst on here.
Well, like compare it to the list. So if I gave you an example, if you're stuck somewhere and you had to watch a movie between Multiverse of Madness or Love and Thunder, which one are you choosing? You have to choose one. Don't give me a smart ass answer like none.
I would obviously watch Multiverse of Madness. I think Thor: Love and Thunder has some moments, like very few moments.
Yeah, a few. Yeah.
But yeah, Multiverse of Madness is way better. I can't agree with that take.
I don't agree with it. Even looking at the list, there's definitely other movies that obviously I would watch over Doctor Strange, but that doesn't mean Doctor Strange is the worst of this whole list. Even Eternals, I mean, I've come around to it. At first, did not like it. Black Widow, that's a movie that I've thought about rewatching it, especially after Thunderbolts.
I remember the intro of Black Widow being, I think it was Smells Like Teen Spirit, but like an acoustic version.
Yeah, so this take, not a good one. Not a good take. He did get 3 upvotes, but not a good one.
Sin City wasn't made for you.
This is from a cryptic user. Deleted. Quantumania was dope, and the next phase is gonna kick ass. We watched Quantumania, more like Ant-Man and the green screen mania.
Quantumania is probably the worst MCU movie. It gotta be one of the worst MCU
I
movies.
think that's one of the worst one that's come out, you know, and that's what kind of started off this new phase of, you know, last year and this year. You know, it wasn't that good. It's just very underwhelming. I think he may have the worst third movie. Iron Man 3, I need to rewatch that movie.
I love Iron Man
I
3.
think it's a good movie. Captain America 3, Ragnarok, amazing. No Way Home, I mean, that plays it a little safe, but it's still not nowhere leagues in Quantumania.
Yeah.
Guardians of the Galaxy 3, all of them are good movies except for this one. This one is the ugly duckling.
Shit stinks.
The first Ant-Man was originally pitched to Edgar Wright. That would have been cool to see. We got what we got. Still a good movie. Was not a big fan of Ant-Man and the Wasp. Was just very underwhelmed.
All right.
Dropped the ball on this one, which he's a kind of a cool character. I don't know too much about Ant-Man, but
No, I think Ant-Man's a fine character.
It was done right, at least in the first one.
I think Paul Rudd plays him fine. He's fun.
That's Paul Rudd, yeah.
Yeah, it's Paul Rudd, literally. So they could have done more with it. I feel like Kang being in the movie and then not even like... Like, obviously, that went south.
That was going to be, like, the big bad of the next phase. That was, like, the new Thanos. Yeah. It was him.
MCU's in a really interesting spot. It feels like they're trying, but it also feels like they're in a desperation attempt by bringing back Robert Downey Jr. and kind of jump-starting Doomsday.
We'll see how it plays out, yeah.
Look, I'm open. We'll watch these movies. If they're good, they're good. If they're bad, they're bad. Are they going to make money? Yeah.
That's going to be it for our hot takes on Reddit. Like, comment down below. Let us know what you thought about it.
If you liked our hot takes and you would like to see some of his hot cakes, sub up.
Hot cakes?
No. No ours. Just yours.
Just mine, okay.
Yeah. Peace.